So the first few months I work at this straightness, the rhythm, thinking forward and not backwards thinking, because they can be backwards thinking while appearing to be too active. So they're not really going forward, they're not really thinking forward, they're just running. So it's not perfect. Come on. This is where it's just Monday stuff. It's not perfect, but we're a long way ahead of where we were. You know, he does trust me, and I can just tell him he's a silly old Billy, and on we go. So when that's established, and you know, the horse is prepared to stand a bit as his decision, and we've got this straightness and able to hold themselves in balance with no reins, and they're not spooking all over the place, we can then take them to different environments. And as long as they haven't got pigs in them, Jupiter now can go to different environments and still retain the core fundamentals of his training. Now, can all this be done in a school? No, it can't, because you've got sounds, objects, movement, and all the things that bring up feelings of fear in a flight animal that they have to deal with. So I'm doing this trot, which if in a school would be called a lovely, it's an active trot, it's straight. Hello. And in a school, you know, be very happy to achieve this trot, but having it outside is a completely different matter, and that's where the test of this training comes in, that they're able to maintain this no matter what else is going on within reason. And keeping this rhythm. I'm going to go up by the church. He'll be thinking we're turning left, and I'm going to say no, we're turning right. Hello. So wherever he's asked to go, he has to go. Now, his big nightmare was electrical tools like lawnmowers and stuff. He didn't like them at all, but he's all right now. Like strimmers and things were a big no-no. And whoa, boy. Walking on, and of course we work a lot with the voice, within what we're doing. So it's not just voice, but voice along with the aids is actually very powerful than just the aids on their own. So when they're as established as this, you know, one can really start thinking of canter and improving the canter. And the other thing I am going to say is, I can't remember the last time we worked with an owner's horse who was nice to canter. So, I mean, from my experience, cantering is not put in place particularly well generally, and this is not a criticism, it's just an observation and my experience. And horses have a lot of worry associated with it, and they may canter in the school, but you can test how good the canter is when you try and canter away from the school. And good boy. We're facing towards home, and he has walking on. He has offered to stop, so I let him because he's offered it, and for so long he wouldn't stop. When he was going home, he'd just get totally wound up. So yes, we can start on the canter, because you're not going to get a nice canter if you haven't got that trot established. And why is that? Because the trot's a 2-time rhythm, movement, gait, and the canter is 3 times. So they do use different legs, sequences. But the thing is, if they're not able to balance themselves in trot and control their body in trot, then it follows that, somebody's sitting down. Hello? It follows that if they can't do that in trot, then how are they going to be doing it in canter? So the trot does dictate to a large degree the quality of the canter, or if they're even ready to do it. Now, what I like to do when I get to Jupiter's stage of things is to pop in everywhere, what I call pop in everywhere. So, there's nowhere we don't pop in. We make use of the village to just pop in everywhere, in the most unlikely spots. And get watched by angry neighbours. Good boy. Right, I'm walking on. Standing there with their hands on their hips. We know what that means. But they're generally very supportive, but you always get a few bad apples. Right. There's an archaeological dig along here. Hello. So yes, I like to pop in everywhere. So for instance, I might pop in here, which is never done. And what it does is it just shows their trust. Boy. Right. And that's it, good boy.
Try going down there.
I won't go down there because I don't think they want horses to, but this will be fine. Boy. Right, so yes, I'm sure we would have had a big argument doing that if it was tried a few months ago. That is the first time he's done it. He's fine now. Perhaps I could go down there. Should we go down there? It's very steep. And nice and straight. Good boy. Now we're going to turn around here, and then we're going to come up here. Yeah. So yeah, popping up everywhere. This is so good for them to do it just quietly and obediently. Now we're going towards home. doing the different levels. Yeah, good boy. So, you know, you don't have to do the same thing every day, but a horse will feel much better schooled when it's had this sort of thing. And this is what we like to do when they're ready, because they do have to be ready, because we don't want to knock anybody's cars. And you have to have good steering so the horse goes just where you want. Yeah, they've got an archaeological dig here. Not sure whose remains they're uncovering or what buildings, but sometimes they're sitting in a circle just there, which is good for the horses because they don't like seeing people squatting or sitting or lying down.